Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Monday webinar. We just thought that this evening we would go through the compensation plan just to make sure that everybody understands how to earn money. Now, we're not going to go through a very complicated version of this compensation plan. We're going to try and keep it as simple as possible because I know that there's some new distributors here on the call this evening, and hopefully I'll open it up at the end if anybody has any questions to ask about the compensation plan. But this is a pretty simple explanation of the plan, and I'm going to go through it here now. And then if you want, take questions while I'm going through it if you don't understand anything, and then I'll open it up at the end and people can ask questions, okay? So, for all of you who've joined NHT Global, I know everybody gets really excited about buying the products and selling the products and making commission on the products, but there's actually 4 ways of earning with the NHT Global compensation plan, and it's important that everybody understands the 4 ways to make money, because buying and selling the products is only the first way. And you can see that from this slide here. The first way, as I said, everybody gets excited when they join, is you buy the products and you sell the products and you can earn commission. You can sell the products in lots of different ways, and as you know, when you join NHT Global, you automatically get an online store. Assuming you've joined as a gold distributor, and I'm sure the person who introduced you to the business explained the difference between the various packages, the bronze, the silver, the gold and the platinum. But I'm going to assume for the whole purpose of this webinar that everybody here has joined as a gold distributor, and if you're bronze or silver, then you'll be able to see what the commission levels are on the slides. But assuming you're gold, then there's almost 100% retail profit on the products, and anybody that orders through your online store, the company deliver direct to them, so you don't have to stock a load of product, and there's free shipping for orders made through your online store all over Europe. So if you have friends in other countries and they want to try the product, then they just connect to your online store, order the product and put their address in. And I'm sure if you're not familiar with this, somebody can show you how to do that, and we'll cover this on a different night. Tonight we're really just covering the ways to make money. So the first way, and it's the easy way, is to buy the products and sell the products, whether you're selling them through your online store or you're having home parties, which can be very successful, or you're going to local exhibitions or markets, or you're just telling people about the product. And word of mouth is very powerful, and you can just, I find that it comes up in conversation nearly every day. I have to stop myself talking about the products, because no matter where I am or who I'm with, somebody has a pain somewhere, or they know somebody that has, or there's somebody not well, and your first reaction is to help them, not just to sell them the product. And it's a nice business to be in, to be able to help people. But again, as I say, word of mouth, when you're out there, listen to who you're talking to. Don't shove the products in their face, but there's always opportunities and nice ways to introduce the product, and telling stories is a great one. If you have testimonials from people, then certainly by all means use the testimonial to say, look, I know somebody who had this and they used this product, and before you know it, the person will probably want to try it. So buying and selling the products, as I say, whether it's online or word of mouth, or whatever way you want to do it, there is a lot of money to be made just from this first way of earning. So if you are going to do home parties and things like that, make sure you have a selection of the products. So moving on to the second way of earning, this is when you decide to start introducing people to the business. And some people stop at the first way of earning. They just like buying and selling the product, and you can do that. Lots of people, they don't bother building teams. But if you want to, develop a business and earn unlimited income in the future, then introducing somebody to the business and teaching them how to do the business, which is exactly what we're doing here right now, is a better way to earn more money. So you see that word across the top, generation enrollment bonus. I mean, when I joined this business, I didn't understand all these big words and what they meant, but really what that means is you earn commission by introducing somebody to the business. And you'll see that little diagram down the end where it says level 1, level 2, level 3, and there's percentages going across. So for level 1 and for this example, I'm going to assume again that you're either a gold or a platinum distributor. So you can see it written across there. When you introduce a new distributor to the business, you will earn 10% of their BV order. So what that means is if they join as a gold distributor, the total BV on a gold package order is 500 BV. So you'll earn $50 for introducing a gold distributor to the business, assuming you're gold or platinum yourself. If they were to order the platinum package, which totals 1,250 BV, then you actually earn $125. So introducing platinum distributors, you're going to build your business faster and you're going to make more money faster. And, the person has a bigger selection of product, so they're going to be more enthusiastic about getting their business started and, whatever way they're going to sell their product, whether it's online or holding home parties or doing little stalls around the place. They're going to have quite a selection of products. So we'll talk about platinum members again, but that's, $125 is not a bad commission for introducing someone there as a platinum distributor. And again, if somebody joins as bronze, I just took this as a sample here, 90 BV order, whatever products they want, that will add up to 90 BV or 100 or 110 or, whatever. If they order 90, then your earnings will be $9. So you can see that if you're going to introduce a load of bronze distributors, you won't earn as much as fast. I mean, there's nothing wrong with introducing bronze distributors, just so you're aware, you won't be earning as much money. So that was on level 1. That means you've directly introduced that person to the business. So level 2 means the person that you've actually introduced, when they go off and they introduce a person to the business, obviously they're going to be getting the 10% of that person's first order. But they're second level to you. That's what that level 2 means, because the person you introduced them. And you will earn 5% of all of their future BV orders apart from the first order, because the first order goes to the person who directly introduced them. And on level 3, it means that if the person, again, that you introduced introduces somebody else and they introduce somebody to the business, you're going to get 3% on all their future BV orders. So this is just to give you a kind of a flavour of how the compensation plan works. The compensation plan at this point for the second way of earning pays 3 levels down. So that's someone that you introduce directly, someone that they introduce, and somebody that they introduce again. And you can see there on the little diagram, if you're gold or platinum, when you introduce the person, you're going to get 10% of the people you directly introduce, 5 of the people they introduce, and 3 of the people they introduce. If you joined as a silver distributor, which would have been a purchase order of 250 BV, somewhere between that and 1,000 BV, because if you're building your way to become a gold distributor, it's 1,000 BV to get there. But if you're silver, then it only pays 2 levels down, as you can see, 5% to the person that you introduce directly, and then 3% to the person that they introduce. And if you're a bronze distributor, if you introduce somebody to the business, you're going to get 3%, but if they introduce somebody to the business, you won't get anything, and it's same for the third level down. So for anybody who's serious about building the business, it's actually it makes more sense to join the business as a gold or a platinum distributor. And if you've joined as bronze, don't worry, you can upgrade to gold or platinum or whatever you want. But if you're building a business and you have people joining, then really make sure you're gold or platinum, and you'll earn all the commissions. You'll be paid out the commissions at the highest levels within the 4 ways of earning. So I'm going to move on to the third way of earning here. And this is probably the most exciting way, and this is what everybody's striving towards, because as you start building teams, as the teams grow and all of the BV points start to accumulate, and you have to only build 2 teams. You build one team to your left and one team to your right. And again, the person that introduced you to the business here, I'm sure they've probably explained this to you. But as all of the BV accumulates underneath you, and you can see, I just put a sample there of the 30-minute non-surgical facelift, which is equivalent to 25 BV. Okay, BV means business volume. So it's really an accumulation of all of the people in your team and all of the orders that are made, whether it's even only one facelift or a whole go package. You're going to get paid on the BV points will accumulate on both sides of your team. And every time one side accumulates to 1,250 BV and your other team have accumulated 2,500 BV, then the company actually pay you $250, and loads of us out there are earning this $250. It's not that difficult to achieve. The reason I showed the 30-minute non-surgical facelift there at 25 BV is because that's just one product, and there's lots of people ordering lots of products. And as I say, new people who join as gold or platinum, their package is worth 500 business volume points to you straight away. And the great thing about this business is you'll find people falling into your teams that you don't know, and you might never know, because everybody only has 2 teams. So the person that introduced you to the business will be continuing to build as well, and they'll be placing people into one of your teams, and they'll be helping you build the business. And as I say, I'm not going to go through this compensation plan in great amount of detail here. This is just to kind of make it simple to understand the 4 ways of earning. So just moving on to the 4th way of earning, and it's actually everything I just said there in number 3, the 3rd way of earning. When someone that you've personally sponsored in your team starts to earn those cycles as well, as per the 3rd way of earning, then you'll earn 10% of their cycle. So when they earn the $250, you're going to earn $25. And if somebody that they've introduced cycles, then when they earn the $250, you're going to earn 5% of that. And this pays 3 levels down as well. So when the third, the third person that's been introduced to the business, you're going to earn 3% of their cycles as well. So you'll get 3% of the $250, 5% of the $250, or 10% of the $250, depending on what level, whether you've directly sponsored them or they've directly sponsored somebody else. So guys, between the 4 ways of earning, there's lots of ways to make money here. I mean, the first way, I'll just do a quick recap here. The first way is buying and selling product and selling through your online store, and you make profit on you make the commission on the profit between the retail price and the wholesale price. And the wholesale price that you purchase the product at will depend on whether you joined as gold, platinum, silver, or bronze. Second way of making money is introducing people to the business, and you get commission on their orders. Third way of making money is if you decide to start building a business and you create 2 teams and the teams start to grow, you get paid on the volume of all the BV points created by the teams. And then the 4th way is you actually get paid, it's called a matching bonus, but it's as those teams start to create cycles themselves as per the third way of earning, then you'll get paid commission on that as well, and it pays 3 levels down. So you know, if anybody is a little bit confused about any of this, as I say, we will, you know, the person who introduced you to the business will be more than happy to sit down and explain this to you. But this is just a quick overview of the compensation plan, because lots of people have had new distributors join, and they've just been asking, you know, to have a webinar just kind of briefly explaining this in a simple way. There's also videos. If you Google YouTube and you can go in and look for NHT compensation plan, there's actually videos there, and they'll talk you through the compensation plan and they will explain it to you. So there's lots of different ways to look at this compensation plan. In fact, on your own website, on your own online store, or even on the main website, nhtglobal.com, if you go into, you know, business opportunity, they have a kind of a hard copy there of the compensation plan, and that will explain it to you as well. So I'll open this up at the end. I'll just go through one or two housekeeping rules. The great thing about NHT Global is there is no forced monthly auto-ship to stay active. You don't have to stay active if you don't want to. NHT Global will not credit, they won't be, there's no automatic, you know, orders. They won't be debiting your card every month. If you don't put in an order yourself, then NHT Global will never charge your card. There's no monthly fees, no monthly order quotas. So, you know, depending on which way you decide to build a business, there is no monthly expense to build this NHT Global business. However, there is an activation required to keep your BV points, and this, guys, is if you're building the business, okay? And this is pretty relevant because it's important that you stay active to retain the BV points that are building up underneath you in both of your teams. Because you might actually have one team that starts to create loads and loads and loads of BV points, you know, and you might end up with 2,000 and then 5,000 and then 10,000, and you're waiting to, you know, the other team to make that 1,250 on the other side so you can earn your first cycle of $250. But the great thing here is you don't lose any of those BV points as long as you stay active. The company will keep them forever, and it pays to infinity. So it doesn't matter if that team continues to grow into different countries all over the world and it's 500 levels down, those BV points will be there and they'll stay there forever once you stay active. And to stay active, guys, and again, if you're building a business, you know, chances are that you're going to be ordering product anyway. But to stay active, you either have a choice. You can make a 90 BV order every 2 months, and that's like 6 bottles of noni, or that wouldn't keep my family in noni for a month the way they drink it. Or you can make a 250 BV order of your choice, and that's whatever products you want. And you only have to do that twice a year. That will keep you active for 6 months. So anybody that's forgetful, or, you know, you don't want to have the hassle of having to make a 90 BV order every 2 months, then I suggest you make the 250 BV order every 6 months. And just to clarify this a little bit more, when you're making the 90 BV order, it has to be 90 BV all in one go. So it can't be like 30 one day and then 62 days later. When you go into your website and you look at your back office, you're going to see that it tells you on the home screen how many days, hours, even minutes you have until your activation is due again. You'll probably get an email from the company to remind you that your activation is up. But if you don't go in and activate yourself, the company won't be doing it for you. As I say, they don't debit your card. It's your choice whether you want to stay active or not. And if you're building a team and you've loads and loads and loads of BV points being created, even if it's only on one side at the start, guys, don't be disillusioned, because it will happen on the other side. And you'll kick yourself for not staying active in the future. So if anybody wants more information on the activation, just send me an email, or, you know, talk to the person who introduced you to the business. But that's basically the compensation plan in a nutshell. And hopefully I have not confused you all out there. Just a reminder again, the event we're going to have with Dan Caddo, the founder member of NHT Global, it's going to be amazing to have him here, is on Sunday the 9th of October. I hope you're all starting to invite people to this event, guys. It's in the Radisson Blu, which is in Stillorgan, and we're going to have Antonella Rispoli here as well. She's the European distributions manager, and we're going to have Dr. Ben Beckler, who is the formulator of NHT Global's omega-3, and he's going to be explaining why omega-3 is really good for everybody, and I think everybody's happy with omega-3. Everybody knows about omega-3, so it's a really good it's a good event to invite people to. But you know, to hear Dan Caddo talk about his story and how he's built this business, anybody that's interested in building a business, make sure they don't miss Dan Caddo. And the tickets are available in the back office. I mentioned this last week. That's what they look like when you go in. It's saying mark your calendar for Dublin, October the 2nd. It might have changed because, as you know, we had to change the date of the event. It doesn't matter. Just buy your ticket because the event is on the 9th, regardless of what the back office is saying. It might be changed now. The first one is in Dublin, and then they're having one in Sweden. Actually, I think the first one now is in Sweden because of the change of dates, and the second one is going to be in Dublin. So just click on that and get your ticket. Distributors are required to order a ticket, but you can invite as many guests as you want, and there's no charge for your guests. And on top of that, guys, everybody who purchases a ticket will be getting a bottle of omega-3 free. So the ticket's more or less, you know, it's not costing you really anything at all, because there's the price of the omega-3. You can see it there. If you go back into your back office, the gold, if you're a gold distributor, you'll be paying €29 for the omega-3 plus delivery. And I'm not sure if there's VAT or not on it, but it's not really going to cost you much more than €40. So the ticket's more or less free. I think it's a great promotion. And guys, if you could start going in and ordering your tickets now, because we just need to, you know, have a commitment from you guys that we know you're going to turn up, so we don't arrive on the day and there's like either, you know, 500 people there or 50 people. We need to have some kind of an idea how many distributors are going to be coming and how many guests. But we'll have the ticket ready for you very shortly to send out, and you can start inviting that way as well. But do not wait for the ticket, and don't rely on the invitation that we're designing up. Don't rely on this, guys, because you need to actually go and talk to people to get them interested. I mean, an invitation shoved in their face at the last minute probably isn't going to get them to the event. So you go and get your ticket. If you've got new distributors joining, make sure they order their ticket as well. And as I say, we'll have the invitation ready for you shortly. These are just the benefits of, you know, joining this business, and why you would, how to talk to people when they're joining the business, and there's lots of reasons why you would join. And again, I'm just reminding you about the incentive trip to California, which will be after Christmas, but you do have 4 months to qualify. So anyone who fancies a trip to California, guys, fabulous place to be. Then start creating, start building your teams, get out there. You'll get a chance when you get to California. I know Dan and Joe are going to meet everybody, and I think you're going to be, yes, you are. You will go to the Healthy Lifestyle Centre, and you will also be visiting NHT Global's head office in California, which is in Rolling Hills. That's actually a picture of it down the bottom, and that's the CEO, Chris Schrung of NHT Global. You'll be meeting him as well. I met him in Hong Kong. He's lovely. But I'm sure there'll be plenty of other people in the NHT Global head office in California that everybody will get to meet. So guys, this trip to California, all expenses paid. It's not probably that hard to qualify. You've still got 4 months, so I would suggest get your skates on, guys, because I don't know the date of the trip, but I'm sure it's sometime in January or February. And there's just some more pictures of California to tease you all. And there is the qualification for California. There's two ways to qualify. You can either qualify by accumulating a lot of personal group volume, and that's people that you've directly introduced to the business, or if you've loads of business volume, then you can do it with a combination of personal group volume and business volume. I'm not going to go into this at the moment. It's just a reminder, and anybody who is trying to qualify for California, you can study this later on and again get back to the person who introduced you to the business, because they'll be able to go through this and explain it to you. So I'm going to try and open up the webinar now to anyone that might have any questions. So you should be unmuted there. If this gets too noisy, I'll start muting again. But has anybody got any questions? Okay, I don't know that anyone has any questions. Nobody seems to be talking. If you are trying to talk, guys, you have to unmute yourself there. You might have to unmute yourself up at the, click on the little mic. Okay, well, as I say, hopefully that was some help to you guys. And if you do have questions, then don't hesitate to give any of us a call, get back to the person who introduced you to the business, or, you know, send me an email or whatever. Where there's loads of us around to help you, and we're more than happy to sit and go through the compensation plan in detail with anyone who's having any difficulty understanding the ways of earning. So I'll just click right back up to the top here, and I'll just end on the 4 ways of earning. Okay, guys, so thanks very much for joining the webinar this evening. We'll be back at the same time next Monday, and wishing you all a very nice rest of the evening, and we'll talk to you soon again. Okay? Good night.